Bonjour and welcome to a little special edition of my back issue hauls, which I did promise a little while ago, and I know you've all been waiting. You have been flooding me with the requests for this video. No, anyway, I'm joking. Anyway, I'm going to do a special. I'm going to do a special little deep dive on these bad boys, Micronauts. I recently bought the entire run. So what I'm going to do, rather than just hold up the covers like I normally do when we do a quick run through, I've got more or less, I've got 95% of the entire run of the Micronauts with all that nice Michael Golden artwork. Then there was some Howard Chaykin stuff after that. Then there was some Butch Goosey. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Guic. Goosey. Butch Goosey. I've got to call him Goosey now, and Butch Goosey. His artwork in there as well, his early stuff. Anyway, join me after the scroll, and we will have a nicer little longer look at the Micronauts, late 70s Marvel, Hasbro license from the toys. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Anyway, join me after the scroll. So, launched onto an unsuspecting world in 1979. Micronauts, Hasbro toys licensed to Marvel, and Bill Mantlo, a nice Cochrane cover there. I don't know why it wasn't Michael Golden who done the cover, because he'd done all the other covers in the first year he spent on the title. So a toy line that Bill Mantlo and Michael Golden have turned into a story, a science fiction story. And with Jim Shooter editing, you know, in those later days of the 70s, you was in for a treat. The stories that Bill Mantlo crafted around the 5 characters that were the toy line, and the main character of the toy line being here's one of them, which is the princess, and the main hero of the story coming back from a 1,000-year mission, and by the time he gets back, things have happened. Let's just put it. That's his name, Arcturus Ran, Commander Ran. He's the hero of the story. So he's been in space for 1,000 years, and this artwork's wonderful. Look at the old zipper tone stuff here. When Michael Golden was. This is the princess, Marionette, the character. You've got Bug, Arceer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't into the toys, so anyway. So you had a bit of tech, you had a bit of alien, more zipper tone. But what the standout for Micronauts was Michael Golden's artwork, and he obviously predates good old Todd McFarlane, which is the only one. Here's all your characters, by the way, before I talk about Todd McFarlane. Here's Arcturus, Marionette. Here's the big baddie. I remember my mate having a toy of Baron Kaiser, and it was a metal one with all these ball bearings that were magnetised. It was a really cool toy, to be fair. Bug, who ended up, I mean, he's lasted the test of time in the Marvel Universe. That Biotron, Microtron, Acro-Year, Prince of Acro-Years, the Shadow Priests, Prince Shaitan. It was cool. It was cool. Bearing in mind, Bill Mantlo had to create these stories around toys. They were very, very cool. Anyway, I won't show the entire. So Cochrane did the cover for issue 1, and I don't know why Golden didn't, but there is his cover for issue 2, inked by Joseph Rubinstein. And obviously now you're getting the reason why they're Micronauts. They've come to Earth, and they're small. In their galaxy, they're all the same size, but over here, they're not. And you start getting the burgeoning romance. You know, we're back in the late 70s. You know, you had to have the Luke and Leia kind of thing going on, which I thought was great, to be honest. I know I'm old fashioned. There's another golden. When I say golden, you know, I'm not using that as a descriptive word. I'm just saying it's Michael Golden's work, and it's their further adventures on Earth. That's as much as I can say. I don't know with Hasbro, and it's all about rights and licensing, isn't it? Some of these covers, so they land on Earth, and they get, I forget that character's name, the boy's name, when they first land on the planet, and it's you know, you've got all the animal stuff going on, because obviously all the animals are bigger than Steve Coffin, that's his name. What an unusual name. Bill Mantlo was really going off on one on some of these issues. Anyway, Coffin was their friend and his dog. And, you know, at least some of these just classic sci-fi covers. This is one of my favourites. Michael Golden does Man Thing. Love it. I love the way he's made all of that. Like so murky, the muck monster, and you're trying to do a cover with toys. Really do love the way he's done that, and how Golden has made Mr. Universe, Captain Universe, sorry, look very Ditko-esque. How has he done that? Because his style is nothing like Ditko. Another Golden cover. He's got a lot of detail in there. This is a classic one. I love the colouring on that. And and Michael Golden stayed on the covers for quite a while, but he stayed on the interiors for 12 issues. I don't know why 10, 11 were out of sync there. But, you know, the love story's still going on between Ran and Marionette. And there we go, Blood Feud. There's Acro Year. And that was the last issue that Michael Golden did. But then, look, he does the cover for this one. And then look who takes over art duties. Howard Chaykin, of all people. And this does not look like Howard Chaykin at all until you get to certain panels. There is just certain flourishes, like here, maybe, is Ron was another one that Marvel did. But this, to me, this is not classic Chaykin at all. And this would have been after his Star Wars gig, which he wasn't very impressed with either. So I don't know why Chaykin carried on in comics, to be fair. Because you can't, I mean, there is nothing here where I could say to you, if you showed me those pages and said Howard Chaykin, there's nothing there that I could point to. And some, you know, Al Milgram's inking, not the best. Not the best at all. So Chaykin carried on into issue 18. And then what I found, and Golden is still doing the covers. I mean, this is still a great cover, you know. There's still the shtick of the Micronauts, you know. They're tiny kind of almost bug size. But what I like, so we're in 1980 now. And this is where their adventure takes place. This is what I really liked. Look, McDonald's. I don't know why I found it so. I just found it so, shall we say, quaint. And this was when Pat Broderick, who's another artist whose style I really enjoyed, he was on it until issue 34. So he did a longer stint than Michael Golden, and he was, in like stylistic terms, I think he was a worthy successor. Look at this. The detail and the backgrounds in this artwork that they was doing on a monthly. Let me just double check that. It wasn't by a monthly, was it, by this time? No, it was. Look, I'm actually looking at the small print just to check it out. No, monthly, published monthly. And look at I think Pat Broderick, the only other thing I can remember him on in the early 80s was Captain Atom for DC. I just thought, I don't know if you could get away with setting your story in McDonald's. nowadays. I don't know if you know, if the licensing gurus would allow it. Now issue 25 I think is controversial, and Broderick's doing the covers now. And this is what I mean about being a worthy successor to Michael Golden. So I think he gets the card. I think he gets that cartoony. He's got the same cartoony feel to his work. I mean, I think this is glorious artwork. And everyone did love their zipper tone back in the day. Now we've got Marionette, we've got Bug like falling asleep in the grass. I don't know what he's dreaming about. He's dreaming about his love life back on the planet. And now this is the issue 25 was the steamy, raunchy issue, because Marionette, Princess Mary, is trying to get it on with old Commander Ran here, and he's saying, "Oh, you know, don't know if I'm feeling up to it, but yeah, he does. Look." And there is one tiny little panel here where she drops the towel she's in. So she's just got out the shower. Look. It's all, what a steamy page of comics. I mean, I know I'm being a little bit immature and tongue-in-cheek, pardon the pun. But, and then the towel drops, and yeah, they do it. They do it. Look, they've, you know, now they're all like, she's got her makeup on, and yeah, you know, it's all systems go on the Endeavour, which was the name of their spaceship. So, you know, back to, you know, anyway, I love this Pat Broderick cover for pure Marvel. I think the style is after Jim Steranko. You've got the Micronauts on it, and you've got enough said on the cover. Baron Karza return, you know, the big bad. Baron Karza returns, enough said. Love it for that. Now Bob Layton, next of note, is Bob Layton, who was doing a nice run on Iron Man and covers and stuff like that. He does a nice couple of covers here. Issues 33 and 34. Klaus Janson doing the inks. What a difference. I much prefer Bob Layton inking his own work. I mean, Klaus Janson makes everyone's work look like Klaus Janson. A little bit like in the early issues. In the later issues coming up, is a guy called Danny, I think it was Danny Belandi. Yeah, Danny Belandi. Look at this issue here. So we've got a nice, I don't know whose cover that would have been. Yeah, it's probably a Broderick cover there. And I like the fact that all the comic covers, you know, it's a kind of what you would call meta now. But, you know, in early 80s America, no one had heard of that. This is a Steve Ditko penciled issue. But Danny Belandi, whoever he inked, he literally drowned them out. I mean, you can kind of see the Ditko flourish there. But my God, Danny Belandi literally drowned everyone out with his inks. Look how heavy he is. I mean, what, Ditko? If I just showed you that panel of artwork, Ditko, really? Wow. I mean, Ditko probably never used that much ink on an entire story, let alone one panel. But anyway, it's not a complete mess. I just thought I'd point it out as a matter of interest. And Ditko also did, which, I mean, look at the cover. Pure Ditko. Done the 1979 annual, so, and he probably done that afterwards and left the building after he realised Danny Belandi was going to ink his work. But look how light, that's Ditko. Look how light, the lightness of touch on his art in the annual he did before that. with all the usual shenanigans that Bill Manlow, Bill Manlow was always going to bring it. Now look, of all the Gil Kane on the cover, and inside, yep, he's on art duty, he's on penciling duties as well. But again, Danny Belandi, or Bulanadi. Sorry, I've called him Belandi all my life. I've just realised Bulanadi. My God, he's drowning out Gil Kane as well now. And then you can kind of see it's Gil Kane, and then he's gone again. You know, even that is so heavily. You know, he was so heavy, and then Gil Kane's back, so heavy on the inks, unbelievable. Another lovely Gil Kane cover there. And on the artwork inside, so you got a lot of Gil Kane here for your money, yeah. And but Bull and Addy murdering it. So you got the promise of the cover, Gil Kane's artwork. There we go, another two. Marvellous, look at that, marvellous Gil Kane cover, as only he can deliver. And that one, the last one. Next thing of note is Butch Guisi, Gish, Butch Goosh. One of his earlier works. I don't know if it was his first, but great artist, great story, great comic book storyteller. I've got to say, straight out of the bat. I really enjoyed his work from very, very early on, which would have been around now. Although I would have been reading his stuff in black and white reprints in England. And in issue 57, we're getting right to the end of the line here, guys. I think it ended with issue 59. But old Butch, I think that's a great cover. 48-page special. Look who's inking it, Kelly Jones. And do you know what? I can see there's all new characters now, all new toys probably needed selling. But you can kind of see some Kelly Jones flourishes on Butch's artwork. You know, not that you're going to see the future Batman ears that he did and all the rest of it, but yeah, just the odd. I don't know. I just think I know it's early days for Kelly Jones and Butch, but again, it is good. It was all good story. The thing I like about it is all good storytelling, and that wasn't long. This wasn't long before the end. So, and Baron Cars are still there. That's a nice old advert. Don't miss the triumph of the Micronauts. They've got to. The final fall, because we're near the end. Near the end. And then a year or so later, it comes back in the New Voyages. And I've got to say, that Michael Golden cover is absolutely superb. He's obviously, I don't know what kind of, if he's coloured that as well himself. I'd love to know if anyone can let me know if they know the story behind the cover, if he would have watercoloured that or just used digital colouring, because it was really, really early days. If it was digital colouring, not 1984. But inside of interest is the fact that Kelly Jones has done the pencils on this. And again, you can just see he's in his formative years. And it's nothing like the Kelly Jones we know and love. Really, I don't think so anyway. But you can kind of see it's there by the look in your eyes. That's the song, isn't it? Anyway. So Kelly Jones on the New Voyages, and that's the first issue. But it went on for, I think it went on for 20 issues. The New Voyages in 19, and all the classic characters were there. I mean, Commander Rand's got a beard now. I don't know if Marionette still fancies him or what. They're going to get it on this 1984 volume 2. But I just thought it was a beautiful cover to show off. And I hope you enjoyed that. I know that was a little bit of a deep dive into Micronauts. I don't suppose you're still with me, unless you really, really, really love the Micronauts. But if you have bared with me, thank you so much. And until next time, I will bid you adios.